Sure. Okay, we are live. All right. This is the current satellite imagery of Hurricane Erin, which was moving west northwest, but in the past few frames, it started to do a bit of a westerly jog. However, that's not really going to change the track of the storm much. It's still going to go out to sea because there's going to be a trough of low pressure over southeast Canada, over Newfoundland. So look how small this eye is. This looks just like Milton. And you see this big area of convection on the southwest side. That's why the storm is being kind of dragged to the west, trying to take more of a left track than a north track. So at this point, it was already a Cat 5 at this time, but it looks very lopsided. And a lot of convection on this side, and that's why it was kind of going west-northwest. But now that your strongest convection is on the southwest side, and it's more fully enclosed, not lopsided, it's moving west again. However, it's going to take a northwest turn. Also, this could also be because the sun is going down, so the cloud tops are colder. Not necessarily the storm's getting stronger, because we noticed this with Milton, that all of this became pink at night, even though an eye wall replacement cycle began and the storm was actually weakening a little bit. The peak of Hurricane Milton, the strongest, occurred between the hours of 2 and 4 p.m. Around 3 to 4 p.m. is when the absolute peak occurred, as Milton was undergoing rapid intensification. An eye wall replacement cycle began around just after 4. However, Hurricane Hunter mission flew into Milton right around 6:30 p.m. and already found pressures under 900 millibars. The pressures were going down about 10 millibars an hour between 12 and 1 p.m. when the last mission was finished. And this was continuing for several hours. However, I don't know how strong Milton is right now. Erin is right now, but I am going to guess, based on its current trajectory and how the eye is shrinking and how water temperatures here are in the mid to upper 80s, I wouldn't be surprised if by the next mission it's going to be under 910 millibars, maybe even in the low 900s. I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised. It could also be undergoing an eye wall replacement cycle. Normally you can't tell. You see that little blow up of convection. That could be the beginning of an eye wall replacement cycle. Right there. You see that right here? Last couple frames. So let me just zoom in. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Right in here. Okay, there we go. There we go. Right here, there's a big blow up of convection. No, I don't know. That's not an eye wall replacement cycle. Usually you'll see that in the eye. So let's look. Now let's do visible. We're going to do visible satellite right now. And if you can, if you're in the stream, please consider donating to the channel, because this is what I do for kind of like, not for a living, but I'm currently not really working, and I'm putting all my attention towards Milton. So if you, but yeah, right now the chat is it's kind of dead. So yeah, you know what? Forget it. Forget I mentioned that. All right, let's look at visible. We're gonna look at high resolution visible. It might be getting a little dim because the sun will be going down shortly. It's already 5 p.m. So what we're looking at right now is Hurricane Milton. Erin. I'm sorry. This is just so much similar to Milton that I am confusing it from. I meant to say Erin, not Milton. Okay, right here it was kind of going northwest, but right here, look at that. In the past few frames, it's been doing more of a westerly jog. Here it was going northwest. You can see a west-northwest trajectory right here, kind of northwest, and now it's kind of been making a westerly turn. I don't think this is to do with the upper airflow, but more of a big blowup of convection in the southwest side, which is causing the center of gravity or the center of mass to go to the southwest. So that center of mass is pulling the eye of Milton, trying to drag it southwest. But the general flow aloft is from southwest to north, southeast to northwest. So that's why it was going northwest, but it's kind of going westerly right now. It's still a little bit of north. Like it's not going 100% west. It's not going 180. So about 178, 177 degrees. Or I mean, like 181, 182 degrees. So it's going. I would say here it was going about. Here it was going west, northwest, northwest, and now it's made a bit of a westerly jog. But it's still like not 100% west. Like it's not going due west, but like a little bit of like a west northwest track. And that's 64 degrees west and about 20 degrees north. So let's look at the models, see what they showed yesterday. We're going to look at the hurricane models. We're going to look at HAFS A, and we're going to look at yesterday at this time. Okay, look at that. A little bit south, because it's about here. So a little bit. So the model did kind of. So they're showing 21 degrees at 66. I mean, it's not very far off considering this is 45 hours out. See, this is 65. So let's look at the satellite. So 64 and 20. So let's look at 64. Oops, I did not want to sound it. Okay. There we go. So a little bit off. Just a little bit. Very little. Let's go back and look about 48 hours out now. Good Thursday. This is what the model was showing Thursday afternoon. Right around the same location. So this model is much more accurate. Let's look at 0Z Friday. Okay, now it's more off. The Thursday run was actually correct. The Thursday run is right on. This is what they were showing Thursday, 64 west and just a bit south of 20. Very close. And right now, it showed the eye right here, but right now it's here. And looking right now, let's see what it's showing now, today. Now it's showing at a similar location. But let's look at last night, just 12 hours earlier. Look at that, way off. So let's see where they show. See right here going 955 and then going down to 939. So 70 degrees west. So I think now it's going northeast now. Let's go a little bit back. Yeah, see? Yeah, it's turning northeast. But now, 33 north and between 72 and 71. Now let's look at the present. 73, okay, so still probably going northeast. Yeah. Yep, definitely going northeast here. All right, let's look at Icon. 913 millibars. So still showing category 5 at this time. You zoom out a little bit. All right. Yeah, I mean, that is definitely kind of concerning. Yeah, it's going to go out to sea, but so let's look at the GFS. We're not looking just at Milton. Let's look at any future threats. Yeah, that's a future threat. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say that's a guarantee. Let's look at the European right now. Yep, it's still showing that west northwest movement with the European. Showing okay, that's a lot closer than yesterday's run or even the midnight run. Look at that, a lot closer to the coast. Let's compare it to yesterday. Yep, a bit more southwest, but still missing the coast. Um, and there's a storm the European is showing, the same one that the GFS is showing, but yeah, it's showing just being dragged up. So, so here's Erin's remnants being right off the coast of Ireland and the British Isles. But no, we have a Cat 5 now. I mean, could Erin being a Cat 5 help it go further south because of like it's buzzing through the high pressure system? It's possible. It's possible that rapidly intensifying so much could allow Erin to take a more southerly track. Normally, a weak storm would take a southerly track, and a stronger storm would take a more northerly track. However, it's important to note that Erin being so strong right now could allow Erin to basically plow its way through the steering currents and go against the steering currents. Or not against, but not really. It may want to just plow through them in a way because it's so strong. Especially wherever the strongest convection is, the center of mass will draw the eye. The strongest center of mass will draw the eye in that direction. I mean, look at this. Just in the past few frames, look at this. Look what's going on now. I mean, look. Right here. This could be an eye wall replacement cycle, guys. This could be... but the eye is also shrinking. And it is taking a more southerly track. Imagine if it's 20 north and 65 west. Instead of being up here, it's down here. That could cause Erin to potentially come closer to the East Coast. So the next 24 hours is crucial. We need to watch Erin very, very closely. Actually, I'm going to share the stream. I'm going to pause. I'm going to stop recording for just a moment. So don't leave, please.